Hello friends and my dear students, I welcome you all to my channel. I hope you are all well and your studies are also going on well. This is part 5 video from the chapter of coordinate geometry, where I will be discussing about the concept of perpendicular distance of a point from the coordinate axis, that is from the x-axis and y-axis. I won't be solving any problems. This is a conceptual video. This video is part of the playlist CBSE Maths for class 9 following the textbook of author R.D. Sharma. If you find this video beneficial, then please like it, share it with your friends, and please support me by subscribing to my channel, and do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. Okay, so I have drawn the Cartesian coordinates, that is the y-axis and the x-axis, and I have plotted some points. Now, before that, let's try to understand the general concept of the perpendicular distance of a point. Let's say we have a point alpha beta. Alpha is the abscissa and beta is the ordinate or y coordinate, and alpha is the abscissa or x coordinate. What will be its perpendicular distance from the, let's say, from the y-axis? So perpendicular distance of P from the x-axis is equal to the absolute value of the ordinate, that is mod of beta. This operator parallel bar around the beta is known as the mod operator, or it means the absolute value or the numerical value of beta. Now, abscissa or ordinate can be positive or negative depending on whether the point P is in the positive direction or negative direction of the y-axis, or in the positive or negative direction of the x-axis. Okay. Now, so this is the distance of the point P. Perpendicular distance of the point P from x-axis is equal to the absolute value of the ordinate or x or y coordinate. Similarly, the perpendicular distance of P from y-axis will be equal to the absolute or numerical value of the abscissa or x coordinate, that is alpha. Mod of alpha is the perpendicular distance of the point P from the y-axis. This is the general concept you must understand. Now, let's see what will be the perpendicular distances of these points that I have plotted from the y and x axis. Let's say now I will be using some notation just for the sake of discussion. This means that the perpendicular, I will use this notation to mean that perpendicular distance of the point P from the x-axis, and I will use this notation to mean perpendicular distance of the point P from the y-axis, so that it will be easy for me to explain. Okay, so let's see, first of all, what will be the perpendicular distance of the point of the origin from the x-axis. Obviously, the coordinate of the origin is 0, 0. This is 0, 0. So obviously it will be absolute value of 0, which is 0. What will be the perpendicular distance of the origin from the y-axis? It will be again be 0, mod of 0, which is 0. Okay, let's see the point A. Perpendicular distance of the point A from the x-axis, you can visually see that. Now, this concept is just a concept you must understand. This is not a formula that you have to remember or memorize. It is very obvious from the concept of plotting a point in the Cartesian plane. So, perpendicular distance of the point A from the x-axis will be the absolute value of its ordinate, which is absolute value of -3, which is equal to 3. And the perpendicular distance of the point A from the y-axis will be again absolute value of minus 3, because the abscissa is minus 3. This is equal to 3. Let's see the point B. Perpendicular distance of the point B from the x-axis will be equal to the absolute value of its ordinate, absolute value mod of minus 2, which is 2. Absolute the perpendicular distance of the point B from the y-axis will be the absolute value of its abscissa, which is mod of 4, which is equal to 4. Let's see perpendicular distance of from the x-axis from the point C will be the absolute value of its ordinate, which is 3, mod of 3, which is equal to 3. Perpendicular distance of the point C from the y-axis will be absolute value of the abscissa of C, which is absolute value of 2, which is equal to 2. Okay. Let's see perpendicular distance of the point D from the x-axis will be absolute value of the ordinate of D, of the point D, which is 1. So absolute value of 1 is 1. Again, perpendicular distance of the point D from the y-axis will be the absolute value of the abscissa of point D. Oh, I have plotted the point D incorrectly. The point D will be minus 1 and 1. So it will be absolute value of minus 1, which will be equal to 1. Let's see the perpendicular distance of point E from the x-axis. Point E is lying on the x-axis because ordinate is 0. So definitely perpendicular distance of the point E from the x-axis will be absolute value of 0, which is equal to 0. And perpendicular distance of the point E from the y-axis will be the absolute value of the abscissa of the point E, which is mod of 2, which is equal to 2. Okay. There is one more point left. Absolute value of the point F, perpendicular distance of the point F from the x-axis will be equal to the absolute value of the ordinate of F. And since F is lying on the y-axis, definitely F is lying on the y-axis. Okay, so absolute value of its ordinate, which is mod of minus 3, which is equal to 3. And the perpendicular distance of the point F from the y-axis is equal to absolute value of the abscissa of point F, which is equal to mod of 0, which is equal to 0. So with these examples, I hope it is clear that what is meant by the perpendicular distance of a point from the x-axis and y-axis. Remember always that the distance between any two points, or a distance between a point and a line, or even the distance between two lines, distance measured in the Cartesian coordinate system is always positive. It is never negative. Now you might be some books might be writing that a point is at a distance of minus 4 from the y-axis. Now that distance of minus 4 is just it is just trying to say that it is along the negative direction of the x-axis, that is to the left hand side of the y-axis. So the signs negative and positive are only used with the abscissa, is only used in the coordinates, that is in the abscissa or ordinate. If the value of an abscissa or x coordinate is positive, it only means that it is on the positive direction of the x-axis, that is it is to the right hand side of the y-axis. And if it is negative, then it is along the negative axis, negative x-axis, that negative direction of the x-axis, which is OX dash. And similarly for the ordinate, if ordinate is positive, it just means that it is that point is lying above the x-axis, that is along the positive direction of the y-axis. And if the ordinate is negative, it means the point lies below the x-axis or along the negative direction of the y-axis. But distance between two points, or distance between a point and a line, or the length of any side of a figure formed by joining some points, those are always positive numbers. I hope this video was beneficial. I will keep it short. The next topic is about distance between 2 points whose coordinates are given in the Cartesian plane. How do we compute the distance between 2 points whose coordinates are given? I will discuss that in the next video. So if this video was beneficial, then please like it, share it with your friends, and please support me by subscribing to my channel, and do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. Okay, one more thing. So this was the perpendicular distance of a point alpha beta from the coordinate axis. Now what about, let's say, what about there is a line, let's say there is a line, what about the distance of a perpendicular distance of a point from a line which is parallel to either y-axis or x-axis? Let's say this line, let's say be PQ, and this is parallel to y-axis, and we know that any line parallel to y-axis is of the form x is equal to a, where in this figure I have drawn the line PQ to the left hand side of y, so obviously a will be negative, but a could be positive or negative. If a is positive, then this line would be to the right hand side of the y-axis. So let's say we have a line parallel to y-axis which is PQ, and the equation of the line is x equals to a, which means that this line is at a distance of modulus a to the left hand side of the y-axis. Now let's say there is a point, let's say P, whose it could be anywhere, whose coordinate is, let's say, x1 and y1 are the coordinates of the point T. So what will be the perpendicular distance of this point T from the line PQ, which is parallel to y-axis, and at a distance let's say at a distance a from the y-axis. So perpendicular distance of T whose coordinates are x1, y1 from line PQ, whose equation is x is equal to a, will be modulus of the difference of the abscissa, modulus of the difference of abscissa of the point T, that is x1, minus a. This will be the x1 minus a, modulus of x1 minus a, or the numerical value of x1 minus a, will be the perpendicular distance of the point T whose coordinates are x1, y1 from the line PQ, whose equation is x equals to a, and this line is basically obviously parallel to y-axis. Similarly, let's say we have a line, let's say this is a line parallel to let's say this be the line RS, which is parallel to x-axis. Now any line parallel to x-axis is of the form y is equal to b, which basically means that this line is at a distance of b units from the x-axis. Now this line RS could be below the x-axis or it could be above the x-axis. So what will be then the perpendicular distance of the point T whose coordinates are x1, y1 from this line RS, whose equation is y equals to b, which is basically a line parallel to x-axis. So perpendicular distance of T of the point T whose coordinates are x1, y1 from RS, the line RS, whose equation is y is equal to b, is equal to the absolute value of the difference of ordinate of T and b, that is y1 minus b. y1, absolute value of y1 minus b will be the perpendicular distance of the point T from the line RS, which is a line parallel to x-axis, and whose equation is y equals to b, or you can say this line RS is at a distance of b units from the x-axis. uh, y1. Okay, please let me know if now if I am explaining anything incorrectly, if I am saying any concepts or formula incorrectly, then please feel free to let me know in the comment section. I will highly appreciate that, because I am also studying and trying my best to give you the knowledge and concept that I am understanding. So I will end the video here. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, take care and bye.